Well, I rise today on a point of order, Mr. Speaker, which really isn't a point of order. For this, I beg your forgiveness, Mr. Speaker, but only after I have finished. The two toughest decisions in politics are when to get in and when to get out. The tougher decision is when to get out, because in politics you never know what lies around the next corner. What new catastrophe or opportunity may suddenly appear just in time to change your life forever? If you just stay on a little longer, who knows what may happen?
Good question.
Nowhere is this truer than in a minority parliament. So the temptation is to stay on is great, just to see what happens next. In this regard, I am reminded of the British Army officer whose men would follow him anywhere, just out of sheer curiosity. Not, of course, that this reflects in any way on the management style of my current leader or his predecessors. How extraordinarily privileged we are, Mr. Speaker, as members of this House, members of Parliament, to be part of great events as they unfold. Witnesses to history as we were last week when the residential schools apology was delivered, or as we were earlier in this Parliament when we were present for that remarkable debate on the question of a Quebec nation within a unified Canada. Here, in this place, the stakes are high, the issues really matter, and we all feel we can make a difference. That is why we're drawn to politics. It's exciting, worthwhile, and unpredictable. It's also a bit like playing the horses, addictive, potentially dangerous to your health, and tough on family life. I've enjoyed my 14 and a half years here. I've learned a lot, made good friends in all parties, and I hope, in some small way, worked with all of you to make Canada a better place. In Arnold Bennett's novel, The Card, the Duchess asks of a rising young politician, "But with what great cause is he associated?" This is the question that each of us must ask of ourselves. Not, am I great, but is my cause great? Because the cause is always greater than we are. And each of us can take a greater pride in the causes we have advanced as members of Parliament than the formal titles we have achieved. But none of us can serve our causes or Canada without the loyal support of the people who work with us and who make us look good. Over the course of 14 years, I have been lucky enough to have worked with many talented and dedicated people, and also, I would add, with many splendid parliamentary interns. I cannot name them all, but I want to make special mention of two longtime associates and friends, Kathy Kosis and Andrew Bevan, and the current crew in Ottawa and Toronto, Catherine, Beau, Delaney, Jonathan, Steve, and Angela. As I look around this chamber, I also want to acknowledge my friends in all parties. In the Liberal caucus, the whole Liberal team on the Hill, my leader, the officers of this House, and all the people who serve in it. I also want to recognize all the support staff of the committees and the Library of Parliament, all the men and women on the Hill who protect us, clean for us, serve us in the cafeterias, and generally make our lives agreeable. And you, Mr. Speaker, for struggling so valiantly to create an atmosphere of nonpartisan civility and camaraderie in a time of trouble. I want to make special mention of the pages who buzz around so efficiently and have learned cheerfully how to interpret the eccentric demands of the member for Don Valley West, which he conveys by a unique form of sign language. Now, here is a little lesson for the rest of you. Ready? Watch carefully. Glass, ice, lemon, and make that fizzy water. What a legacy. I also want to thank the people of Don Valley West who have supported me through 5 elections, my constituency association and its long-serving president, Dennis O'Leary, Pam Gutteridge, my first and last campaign manager, and above all, my family, especially my wife, Trish, helpmate indeed, and my son, Ian, who made it all possible and who have been my greatest supporters. I should also mention that my son, Ian, graduated today from grade 8, just as I am graduating from grade 14 and a half. In politics, it is always important to pick your moment to leave before the moment picks you. Et quel beau moment.
What a fine moment it is. What an opportunity to have a new career ahead of me as Director General of the Toronto French School. I will return to my roots, education, and even better, in French.
As I say goodbye, I leave with my idealism intact. I leave with a certain regret, but also with satisfaction and pride at having been one of the select few, a member of the House of Commons of Canada, one of you, one of us. Thank you, merci, au revoir.
Thank you, goodbye.
Speaker, if I may be permitted to say a word or two on the same point of order, I welcome the opportunity on behalf of my caucus and also on behalf of Nova Scotians, if I may be so presumptuous, to extend hearty congratulations and best wishes to the member for Don Valley West. I do so, Mr. Speaker, in part because I believe that there is not as widespread knowledge as there ought to be, as there deserves to be, about the very considerable contribution that the member for Don Valley West made to the educational development of Nova Scotians and people who chose to go to Nova Scotia to be educated at the University of King's College when this member served as president of the University of King's College. I think the record of the House of Commons should show this, was actually the founder of one of the most outstanding educational programs in any university anywhere in this country, the Foundation Year program that continues to attract astounding numbers of applicants. He has served this House well. He's done it with honor. He's done it with substance. He's done it with principle. My wishes go to Trish and to his son Ian, that you will enjoy a higher quality of family life than is possible when you serve in this insane place. And I too look forward not to stepping into his partisan footprints or following his partisan path, but I also look forward to doing precisely the same after the next election.
Mr. Speaker, might I just say on behalf of the Liberal colleagues of the member for Don Valley West, that we wish him every success in his new career. In this place and in our caucus, we have always benefited from his good advice, his hard work, his intelligent judgment on the various issues that he was called upon to comment on and to deal with from time to time. But I think all of us recognize and want to pay honor to his commitment to principle, his civility, his passion, and his dignity. This place has been a better place because that honourable member has been with us. We want to say to him, thank you and Godspeed on your way.